Well, the story behind this paper goes back more than 40 years. In the late 1960s, the Instituto de Nutrición de Centroamérica y Panamá undertook a randomized nutrition trial in 4 villages in eastern Guatemala. In all of these villages, participants received preventative medical care. In 2 of the villages, they received highly nutritious gruel called atole, which was stuffed full of calories and protein, whereas in the other villages, they had access to a placebo drink called Fresco. Together with my colleagues on this paper, we went back and we found and interviewed the participants in that original trial. And what we found was that men exposed to the atole supplement when they were very young, that is, between the ages of 0 and 36 months, had significantly higher wages as adults. And the magnitude of the effect was very large, that men exposed to atole had wages approximately 40% higher than men not so exposed. In subsequent work, we also found that both men and women who had been exposed to atole had higher cognitive skills. In turn, this tells us the following about investments in nutrition. For a long time, within the CGIAR and elsewhere, we have thought of nutrition as being something which was intrinsically valuable, and therefore as an outcome that we should seek to improve. What this work suggests is that in addition to its intrinsic value, that investments in nutrition have instrumental value. That is, they're investments which actually can lead to higher wages, higher human capital, and therefore better lives for many. I was part of a larger team of researchers who worked on this larger project. In particular, I'd like to thank my co-authors, Jerry Behrman, John Malucho, Rafael Flores, and Reynaldo Martorell. I'd also like to acknowledge the important role played by the funders of this work, the United States National Institutes of Health. And in addition, I think there are 2 other groups that I would like to acknowledge. First, like all scientists and social scientists, I follow Isaac Newton's dictum that if I have seen far, it's because I stand on the shoulders of giants. And in this study, the giants are all those scientists and social scientists who undertook the work on the initial nutrition intervention in the late 1960s and 1970s. Without their pioneering work, this study would not have been possible. And finally, and most importantly, I want to acknowledge the thousands of Guatemalans who cheerfully participated in our study and earlier studies, and whose willingness to participate have made this body of work possible.